Now, most of you had the thrill of finding out about these three major transactions in the NHL in a span of about 30 minutes. Me, on the other hand, I found out about them in a span of about 30 seconds. Of course, in the biggest hour of NHL transactions that have probably happened in my entire life, I was out and my phone died. So I come back home, I plug in my phone so it will turn on, and I sit down in my living room couch. Then my mom says on her phone, "Hey, something about Taylor Hall just popped up." So I race over to my phone, it's still not on. I wait for about 10 seconds, turn it on, and there are three major TSN hockey updates. The first one is the Edmonton Oilers sending Taylor Hall to the New Jersey Devils in exchange for defenseman Adam Larsson. Let's talk about that one first. Now, Taylor Hall is probably the most productive Edmonton Oilers forward over the past 5 years or so. So besides McDavid, of course, you would think that Taylor Hall would fetch the biggest return. Now, that's not taking anything away from Adam Larsson, but is Adam Larsson a fair return for Taylor Hall? Not in a billion years. But you gotta give Ray Shero, the GM of the New Jersey Devils, some credit. He knew that the Edmonton Oilers were super desperate for a defenseman, and he dwindled out the best trade he could have possibly made, maybe the best trade of his entire career. But any logical person must ask the question, was there no better offers for Taylor Hall? There was no other team willing to give up a better defenseman than Adam Larsson, who, by the way, recorded under 20 points in an entire NHL season last year. No other team was willing to give up anybody that was just better than that. I'm sorry, but I'd be surprised if there was no other defenseman offered up that was better than Larsson. Heck, two defensemen that are way better than Adam Larsson got traded for each other merely minutes after that happened. The Montreal Canadiens traded defenseman PK Subban to the Nashville Predators in exchange for defenseman Shea Weber. Personally, I think Nashville won this trade. Weber only has maybe 2 or 3 All-Star seasons left in him. Subban can be an All-Star for the next 8 or 9 seasons. I know PK is more of a high-risk, high-reward type of player, but the reward when he does it is phenomenal. The guy puts up amazing points. He can quarterback a power play. He's just an all-around dynamic defenseman. Shea Weber is still, but he won't be for much longer. Both of them have massive contracts. I don't think either contract is better than the other. I mean, they're both pretty bad in my opinion. But one thing I do want to point out, Mark Bergevin said he was not shopping PK Subban, and I think he's lying. Dave Poulin, the GM of the Nashville Predators, is a very smart GM, one of the best in the business. I bet you he was the one who offered this trade up, and I guarantee you that Montreal would not be accepting it unless they were kind of shopping Subban around. Now, obviously, we'll never know how the negotiations went down. I still think that there was something going on between the head coach of Montreal and Subban. I think that they didn't get quite along. They weren't on the same page on how the game should be played all the time. And Shea Weber is a big price to pay, but when you can give up a guy like Shea Weber and most of the public, including myself, believes you won the trade with the guy you got back, that's smart GMing. Is GMing even a term? Then the big news that put a dagger into the hearts of all Leafs fans. Steven Stamkos decides to stay in Tampa Bay for the offer he got months ago, 8 years at $8.5 million a season. He would have earned way more in the open market, but he didn't care. His heart belonged in Tampa Bay, and that's where he wanted to stay. Now, a lot of Leafs fans out there, especially myself when I found out about this, was kind of heartbroken, but you gotta remember, Austin Matthews might be in the same situation in maybe 7 or 8 years from now where he'll be in a contract season. Do you really want him to leave for his hometown Arizona? No. You're going to be praying he falls in love with the city and takes a discount to stay there, and that's what Steven Stamkos did with the Tampa Bay Lightning. And for the teams that were reportedly interested in Steven Stamkos, you got the Toronto Maple Leafs, and don't worry, Leafs fans, you'll be fine. You got Austin Matthews, a future number 1 center, and an amazing prospect pool of forwards. And the Buffalo Sabres, the same thing. You have an amazing pool of prospects in the forward group and a number 1 center in Jack Eichel. Now, obviously, the New York Rangers were interested as well, but I really didn't see them being able to pull it off. I don't think they had the salary cap room, so I'm not going to talk about them. For Detroit, you just shed so much salary in the Datsuk trade. Go after another free agent. Or maybe if you're feeling lucky, go after 2. But when it comes to the Vancouver Canucks, I don't know if I was a free agent. I don't think I'd be going to Vancouver. I don't trust the management team there. I don't know if they know what they're doing. They just seem so out of sort, and their decisions don't make sense. I just don't agree with Jim Benning's decisions sometimes. And I don't even have a super valid reason why. I just don't trust Jim Benning, and I don't think he's a very good GM in my opinion, but that's just me. So as you can imagine, as a kid like me, finding out about all 3 of those transactions in a span of about 30 seconds was super hectic for me. So those are my takes on those transactions, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about them. So email me at theshanaclan19 and tell me what you guys think about these transactions. Like always, please like my video, please subscribe to my channel, it would mean so much to me. Please like my page on Facebook, it's all about hockey, the link to it is down below, and please, like I just said, email me at theshanaclan19@gmail.com because I want to hear your guys' opinions on today's crazy transactions. Holy crap, I still can't get over them, especially the Subban for Weber trade, like, holy cow. And I'll see you guys back here for the next video.